Okay. You wanna Montenegro has become one of the champions of European integration in the Western Balkans. It received a candidate status from the European Council in December 2010, which was a fair recognition of its achievements. And today's meeting gave us an opportunity to discuss Montenegro's accession process and take stock of the progress achieved since we last met a year ago. I am pleased that good progress has continued under the Prime Minister's leadership. Montenegro will remain high on the EU agenda in the coming months. As decided by the European Council in December, the Council is going to examine Montenegro's progress in the implementation of reforms, with a view to starting accession negotiations this June. A particular focus will be put on the area of the rule of law and fundamental rights, including the fight against corruption and organized crime. At today's meeting with the Prime Minister, I encouraged Montenegro to continue and intensify the necessary reforms, in particular with regard to negotiating chapters on the judiciary and fundamental rights, and justice, freedom and security. A solid track record in implementing legislation and the finalization of the constitutional reform on judiciary will facilitate the actual opening of the accession negotiations in June. Montenegro's reforms can serve as an inspiration for many other Western Balkan countries. I welcome the constructive role of Montenegro in fostering regional cooperation and good neighborly relations, which contributes to maintaining stability in the region. To conclude, the European Union stands ready to provide the necessary support and assistance to advance Montenegro's accession process and help the country to realize its European objective. I look forward to further collaboration with Prime Minister Lukšić and with Montenegro in this endeavor.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me say that I'm very pleased to have the possibility to, after a year, talk again to President Van Rompey, and pleasure is bigger because we managed to talk about progress and not about stagnation, and that's very important. I think in past year Montenegro has made significant progress in reaching its foreign priorities, and we need to continue. So what I've told President Van Rompey was that we are committed to continue with the efforts to deal with all the outstanding issues and prepare ourselves for the start of the accession talks in June, as it was envisaged by the European Council back in December. And I particularly would like to thank President Van Rompey for the decision and the language that was reached on December 9th, when Montenegro was suggested that the beginning of accession talks could be June. That's incredibly important for the region as well. I'm sure that the success of every individual country in the region, Montenegro in particular in this case, highly motivates also other countries and puts certain positive pressure on the region overall. And we agreed together that after a year and after our last meeting, we can now talk about significant progress of the region as a whole towards the reaching of the European perspective for countries from the Western Balkans. And that's very important as well, because the success of each and every country in the region helps other countries in the region. And I think that what really makes tangible European idea in Montenegro. We are committed to continue with the efforts to deal with all those necessary issues which are related to the opening of the negotiations based on the new model of the European Commission in chapters 23 and 24 very early in the process. And I spoke also about the efforts we invest into the issue of constitutional amendments, building of track record, implementation of legislation that was passed last year. And I'm confident that in coming weeks and months, Montenegro will be able to respond to the challenge.